What's going on, everybody? We have come to the question of the week, and that question is, has Hipfire truly changed? Has it been nerfed? Is it better than it was before? Let's find out. Now, of course, there is an easy answer to this, and in a sense, yes, it has been nerfed because the SMGs between the Vault, R99, and the Prowler have now the laser sight, which increases Hipfire advantages. However, the actual question is, has it changed amongst all guns? So is it different on the 301? Is it different on the Flatline? Obviously, it's going to be a little bit different on the SMGs, but is it that much different? Are the laser sights really that good? So on and so forth. So we'll get on to the main question. First, let's talk about the ARs. 301 Flatline. Flatline was known to have the best hipfire advantages. A lot of people like to use it, sometimes on occasion as a secondary, because the hipfire advantages were just that good. The 301 is pretty good, but it was more for mid to long range than anything else. Let's try to do a little simple. This is what? 6 meters. Let's try a little simple hipfire test within 6 meters. This is a pretty common range for most hipfire fights, especially if you're doing a 301 or not. That was pretty solid. That wasn't so bad. Missed a couple shots there. And that was pretty good. Now let's kick it back a little. Let's go like 10. About 10 is about like right in this thing. So as you can see, I didn't even break shield on this. I'm missing a lot of shots. I could argue that it's going to take about 2 clips to maybe get a full hit on it unless I get more shots on. So it's kind of like a big hit or miss. Maybe you do, maybe you don't. So as a reminder, here's what it looked like in season 13. Now let's give the hipfire and a flatline a try. Still pretty good. It looks like I can generally one clip or one max somebody hit fire with it. I feel like I am missing a lot of shots. Probably a little more than season 13, like 5 meters again. Still very good in hipfire. All right, that's still pretty good. Now let's switch out. We're gonna hipfire no laser sight on R99. We'll do roughly 5 meters. It's probably the best optimal range, and we'll give it a shot. With a gold mag, still kind of like one clip in. Backing up a little bit. This is roughly 10 here. But from 10 meters, hipfire is still pretty accurate without a laser sight. That got a little worse once you started throwing a strafe in there. Overall, not too bad. All right, now let's try with a white laser sight. Level 1 laser sight. That is a lot better. Already, it's already a lot better. Yeah, this is way better. Already very noticeable. Oh my God. Let's give it a Prowler a try. Prowler hit fire straight up, no laser, 10 meters. I'm not a big fan of the Prowler, but that was actually pretty solid. So hipfire from 10 meters on a Prowler. Very, very good. Argue you may not even need it in all situations. You could probably get away with it for the most part. Now let's put a level 1 laser sight. Standing still from this far, which is what, 15? 18, almost 20 meters, call it 20 meters. And we're still hitting, let's say like a good 67% accuracy with this. Now, if we were to throw the purple gets really dicey. To have this type of accuracy nearly 40 meters away is kind of nutty. A little busted. Now, I know everybody's standing still, but it's the fact of the matter that you could potentially do it. Even if you throw a little strafe in there, still incredibly accurate, way more accurate than it should be. This is what a purple laser sight hit fire roughly 40-ish meters away with the Prowler. Now the Prowler probably has arguably the best hipfire capabilities out of all the SMGs. Alternator is still pretty solid. Wouldn't say as accurate, but still very solid. Hipfire from 40 meters with a purple freaking laser sight. So basically, in short, the laser sight increases depending on what type of gun you're using, your effective hipfire advantage. Now, why would increasing your hipfire distance be important? Well, that's because if at a better distance or a little bit less than optimal distance, if you're able to get more accurate hipfire shots in a fight that's about 10 meters, which is about this distance visually, you're able to shoot back and forth and do very good damage, very high damage, and be able to have full movement capabilities instead of aiming down the sight and moving side to side. Now, if you watch this video, or if you like what you see in this video, which if you haven't already, please like and subscribe, you may, at larger distances, might want to start hip firing instead. This is pretty good shotgun range. I mean, you could do really good damage with a PK, but if they have the ARs out, they might flip to ADSing with an AR, and you already know ADSing with ARs, not exactly ideal, right? You're going to be very slow. Yes, you're going to increase accuracy provided that you can hit your shots. That's going to be contingent on come up with AR on that selected input. It could be controller or mouse and key. If they're that accurate, then it could obviously work out. However, a higher tier player or somebody who knows how to fight in closer distances is going to be able to fight hipfire at a pretty good range, and because they're going to have that movement again, they're going to have that advantage and more than likely win the fight because of course you're moving quick. Now we do have the vault back on ground loop, right? And everybody's excited for this. The vault was probably the fan favorite. Almost everybody liked using the vault, even if you were new at the game. Now that the vault is back on ground loop and it has a laser sight, that's going to change things around. So this is going to be the hipfire with no laser sight. There's about roughly 10 meters, one mag. I got a good amount of damage done, but more than likely I should be able to break shield consistently. Now, is it enough to get the knock without the laser sight? Maybe. Now let's just throw the white laser sight on it. Not much of an initial improvement. And maybe I take that back, almost one magged. I would say at 10 meters, the vault isn't necessarily the most powerful hipfire gun. It looks like the Prowler obviously is going to be number one, and the 99 is going to be a strong number two. Now let's go to blue. Blue one is significantly better, or at least a lot noticeable. Yeah, that was a solid one mag with just a blue. Yeah, that's a lot more consistent at 10 meters. Now, the moment of truth, let's try it with the purple. So at almost 20 meters, it's pretty solid. Back to 10 meters. So it seems like when you're going to run the vault, you should probably find a purple laser. I wouldn't necessarily pass it up. Iron sights by themselves are very good. And then the hipfire capabilities are even better with the vault. Hopefully this video has given you some good, insightful information. If you felt like hipfire was kind of nerfed, yeah, it kind of was in some regards. Hopefully this video kind of cleared things up. And if it didn't, don't be afraid to stop by and stream and we can talk about it some more. I live stream very often, typically Mondays, Fridays, 4 p.m. to 9 p.m. Hope you guys have a good rest of your day, and I'll see you guys in the next stream. Thank you.